Oh, sheets. Sometimes you need to count the number of cells in a range of data, but you don't want to go one by one and count each of the cells. So today I'm going to show you how to use something called the countif function. I'm going to demonstrate using a sample of our December EOC CTC checklist. This is a checklist that all of the schools have access to, and CTCs can go through and check off what they have completed. To check off, though, we need checkboxes. So what I'm going to do is select all of the cells where I need checkboxes. So you see this little blue button here down at the corner of the cell that I've selected. I'm going to take that, drag it over, and then drag all the way to the bottom of my spreadsheet where my tasks end. I have all of those cells selected, and I can tell they're selected because they turn this faint blue color. I'm going over to Insert, and then there's an option that says Checkbox. So I'm going to select that. And now I can see that all of these cells have checkboxes. So my CTCs can go in and check off what they've completed so they can be aware of what they need to do and I can be aware. However, sometimes you need to know, okay, how many of these tasks have they actually completed though? And what percentage of the tasks have they completed? So instead of having to go through and count one by one to determine what they have and have not done, we can use the countif function. First, I'm going to determine how many of these cells my CTC has completed, meaning how many have they checked off. So in the little cell here, I added a row that says complete, and I'm going to enter in this cell my countif function. So I'm going to start with equals countif. I'm going to press tab so I can start writing my function. The first part of the countif function is called your range. The range is where you want this function to look for the information. I want my function to look at all of the tasks for school number 1. So I'm going to select this bottom cell, and I am going to, on my keyboard, press Shift and the up arrow until I get all the way to the top of my my checklist. So I see it's cells E2 to E43. Now I need to write a comma, and I'm going to type in the word true. In this case, true means that yes, the cell has been checked off. And I'm going to press enter. And right now it tells me that 0 tasks have been completed. I can do a sample though. When I clicked this box, all of a sudden it showed that 2 tasks have been completed because I checked off 2 different boxes. Now, on the other hand, if I want to determine how many of the cells are marked as incomplete, meaning how many they still need to do, I'm also going to use a countif function. So equal sign, countif, tab. I'm going to select my range. I'm using the same range again. So I'm going to select these cells once again. This time, however, I'm going to do comma and false. False means that the box has not been checked. So close parentheses. And this tells me that the CTC has completed 0 tasks and they have 42 tasks that are incomplete. So they still have some work to do. Now, if I check off a couple to test, I can see now they have 2 complete and 40 incomplete. So my functions are working as I wrote them. Now I want to determine what the percentage is of items and tasks that they've actually completed. So I'm going to do another countif formula. So equals countif. I'm going to select the same cells I've been selecting for my other 2 functions. I'm going to use true because I want to see how many of the tasks they've completed. And to make this a percentage, I'm going to choose divided by, and I'm going to enter the total number of tasks that need to be completed. I already know that there are 42 tasks that need to be completed, so I'm going to enter the number divided by 42, and then I'm going to press enter. Now, to make sure it's a percentage, I'm going to go over here to this button that says format as percent. I see it gives a decimal. I don't want the decimals though, so I'm going to choose the decrease decimal places option. And now I have how many tasks my CTC has completed, how many they still have to complete, and what percentage of tasks they've completed. And I'm going to test this out by selecting a couple cells. So when they completed 3 tasks and they have 39 to complete, they have only completed 7% of their tasks. I'm going to select each of these cells, and to copy them over for all my other schools, I'm going to select this little blue dot and drag it over. That way I don't have to I don't have to do the countif function again for each of these schools. And if I test it out for each of these, so I selected 3 for school 4, oh, I can look down here and see, yep, my function is working exactly as I wanted it to. Try this out the next time that you need to do a count of items that have or have not been completed, or even if you want to determine what percentage of items have been done.